What's up guys? It's been a long time since my last controller settings video, and there's been some changes since then. I messed around with a lot of different settings and dialed in what feels good to me, but it's important to remember that everyone is different and every controller is different. So make sure to make modifications so it suits you. When making sensitivity and settings changes, I recommend making the changes to one hero so you can go back to your default settings if you made some drastic changes. I like using the Punisher as my sensitivity testing character, and with that out of the way, let's dive into it. I'll be giving you options for each curve type so you can try out each one and see what you like. I will say that linear and dual zone S curve feel the best to me, and the downside to these curves is you can't turn around as quickly, but we can fix that by increasing our max dead zone sensitivity boost, giving us those quick turnarounds. Essentially what this does is as soon as your stick is pushed to the edge, it boosts your sensitivity. This gives us quick turnarounds when needed while maintaining smooth and accurate aim. I like having this between 70 and 100, but mess around with it and see what's comfortable to you. Now for your input dead zones, you want the minimum as low as possible to the point to where you have just a small amount of stick drift or no stick drift at all. I like having a little bit of stick drift because aim assist looks for stick movement, so with stick drift, it will pick up aim assist a little bit easier. And for the max input dead zone, I like having this at 0. This means that the very outer edge of your stick is where this dead zone kicks in, and this plays into the max dead zone sensitivity boost. If I had my maximum input dead zone higher, the boost would kick in sooner, and we don't want that. We want precise aim for the inner zone, and as soon as we hit that outer zone edge, that's when we want those quicker turnarounds. Now one of the most important changes is the aim assist window size. The default is at 50, which is way too high. The way I like to look at the aim assist window size is a boundary around your reticle. When an enemy enters that boundary, that's when the aim assist kicks in. You don't want this too high. Having your aim assist kick in before you're close to the target will throw off your aim. It also makes it harder to track individual targets. I like having this at a lower value between 15 and 20. Now for your aim assist ease-ins, the way ease-in works, the lower the ease-in, the snappier it's going to be. As you go higher, it's going to feel less sticky and it's going to offer more manual control. For projectile heroes, you want this higher so you can lead your shots without aim assist taking over. I like having my projectile ease-in around 50 and my hit scan around 15 to 20. Now for your aim assist strength, you can keep it at 100 if you'd like, but I like it at 95 just to give me a little bit more control. Aim assist might be a little bit stronger on console, so if you're on PC, keeping it at 100 might be better. Now for sensitivity, these are going to vary based on your curve type, but for every curve type, I like to keep a 4:3 ratio. For example, for dual zone S curve, I like 200 horizontal and 150 vertical. To calculate this, you multiply your horizontal value by 3 and then divide that number by 4. The reason for this ratio is for better micro adjustments for your vertical to help with headshots and tracking flying heroes, and then a higher horizontal sensitivity helps with quicker turnarounds and horizontal tracking. Feel free to adjust these to your liking, but like I said, a 4:3 ratio feels good. Now moving on to specific curve settings, dual zone S curve has been my go-to recently, and it's felt really good, but you need to make some big changes to the default settings. The default settings feel super jittery in my opinion. Essentially the way this curve works is it's split into 2 zones. Near the center of the zone gives you more precise movement and control, and then near the outer edge gives you a faster response. For the min and max range, I like both of these as low as possible, but I've messed around with the minimum at 4 and the max at 5, and that felt pretty good too. But I still prefer both of them as low as possible. And then for the minimum curve statics, I like that as low as possible as well. And for the custom max dual zone curve, I like this around 40 to 50. Here are all my settings for dual zone S curve if you'd like to copy them. For my next favorite curve type, linear, there aren't any curve settings to adjust, but I like having a lower horizontal and vertical sensitivity. Here are my linear curve settings if you'd like to copy them. Up next for classic, there isn't any curve settings for this one either, but I like having a higher horizontal and vertical sensitivity. Here are my classic curve settings. Finally, we have exponential. I like having the same sensitivity as classic, and I like to adjust the curve to be a lot lower. I prefer 1, but I don't use exponential often at all, so mess around with it if you like this curve type. And then another nice setting to have on is trigger dead zones, and I like having these as low as possible so it's more responsive. And then these aren't controller specific settings, but on the audio tab under combat mix, I like having announce when a teammate is KO'd and announce enemy KO. This just helps with being aware of team numbers and when to engage and disengage in fights. Hopefully these settings are helpful. Give them a try. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.